Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are someone who is interested in luxury fashion items just like I am, then I'm pretty sure you know that they can be quite costly and not really the most budget-friendly option. So is it really possible to still have a few designer items while maintaining your budget? It absolutely is. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I got my Louboutin wedges that I'm wearing right now, and I restored the red bottoms to pristine condition. Of course, you know, I pay full price for nothing. I love a good deal, discount, sale, and all of those things. So I'm going to be walking you through that process today. So here's a glimpse at these beauties. And as you can see, the red bottom is red. It has been completely restored and probably costs less than $10 to get these shoes back to their original glory. So here is a look. Let me show you my other leg. So you can see from both angles, they are super, super cute. All right, now let me get resituated here and talk to you about where I got these shoes from and where you can also find some really good deals on designer items. So my favorite place to shop for designer items is on therealreal.com. It is a luxury consignment website where authentication is included, so you don't have to worry about if you're getting something fake or a dupe or a replica. You know for sure that you're getting the real deal, hence the name, therealreal.com. Most of the items that they have available on the site are used or pre-loved, so you know that you're gonna be saving some funds, but you're also gonna be saving the planet at the same time because shopping resale really adds to sustainability. So even though the items are already at reduced or discounted prices on therealreal.com, they also have sales on top of that. So you're getting multiple stackable discounts. So I have even found Louboutin heels for under $100, and it's just honestly completely unbeatable. You also have the option of consigning with The RealReal. So you can choose to sell your items on their website, and you can either take those funds and put them straight into your bank account for other purposes, or you can leave them in your account on therealreal.com and use that money to buy different designer items or luxury items as they become available on the site. I really like to get a new pair of Louboutins every year that I like to wear to my anniversary dinner. So I don't keep all of them. Usually I will get one, use them for that weekend, for the dinner, and then after that I just reconsign them on therealreal.com and get that credit and kind of transfer that into a different pair of shoes. It's really nice to always kind of be able to get something different and find new styles and just see what is really on a great discount and whatever I can put as an additional sale on top of that. Sometimes too, they'll also send out emails like, hey, you have a $15 site credit. And so I'll use that to stack on top of any discounts that they already have available on the site as well. So far, most of the items that I've purchased from therealreal.com are red bottom heels, but of course they are used shoes. So used shoes are going to look used. I've never received a pair that is like perfectly intact on the bottom. I have received some that have been resold or have the extra non-slip cushion on them, but they still don't look like they are in that mint condition. So you do have to go through a restoring process if you want your shoes from therealreal.com to look as good as new. Often the red will look really worn out or scratchy and just really a lot less red than it should be. So I like to restore my shoes back to their original red bottom condition. So let's take a look at my restoring process. All right, so first let's start off with the supplies that you're gonna need. I recommend getting some paper towels. I'm just gonna double this up and kind of lay this out as my little workstation. And then you need something damp. I'm just gonna use some baby wipes, but you can use a damp paper towel, microfiber cloth, whatever works for you. And you need a nail file, one that's pretty coarse. And you also need some type of brush. I just use a foundation brush. I feel like this one is the perfect size and shape to easily paint the bottoms. And then also you need this Walk on Red paint. This is the exact color, like it matches beautifully to the bottom of the Louboutin shoes, red bottoms. This is the paint that you want to get. It's super affordable and it's available on Amazon. I've used this probably about 5 times now, this same little container, and I have not run out. So there's a pretty good amount in there, and a little bit goes a long way. So you want to make sure that you shake that up really well, especially if you haven't used it in a while or if you just purchased it. You want to get everything nicely mixed together because it could have separated over time. Now for the shoes. So as you can see, the bottoms are not exactly perfect. So I purchased these from The RealReal. When you get your purchase from The RealReal, it will always come in The RealReal dust bag, which looks like this. And sometimes, depending on the shoe or if it was originally consigned in the original dust bag, it will come with the actual Christian Louboutin dust bag as well. And then usually there's just like a little insert card that gives you more information about consigning, shopping, and yeah, it's a pretty simple process for sure. I definitely like to use this. It saves money and it's also just a lot better for the environment. But of course, like if I get some red bottoms, I really want them to be looking red. I don't want them to look worn like these. So it does have a sticker. Usually it'll say like can't be returned. This one says returns will only be accepted if the sticker remains attached. But I bought these a long time ago and I'm just getting around to them. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel off that sticker. It usually comes off pretty smoothly because I want to paint over the entire bottom without anything just kind of like bumping or that really shouldn't be there. Okay, there's also like, it looks like maybe these had sole protectors on them at some point. So there's a little bit of that left over. Any extra residue, you want to make sure that you're taking off of the bottom of the shoes so you have that smooth surface to start with. Next up, if it's a shoe like this, like my straps are loose, so I'm going to just secure them because I don't want to get the paint anywhere else besides the bottom of the shoe where it's supposed to be. Obviously, depending on the shoe, you may not have to worry about securing any pieces of it, but always just check for things like that so that you can kind of have them out of the way and not have to worry about messing them up. Okay, the straps are secured, but you can see these shoes are in really good condition, and I'm so excited that they're wedges because my Louboutins are so uncomfortable, so I pretty much will wear them like once. Like usually every year I get a new pair for my anniversary, and then I just reconsign them and get a different pair for the next year. But these are coming with me so many places. I can't wait to wear them on vacation. They're a wedge and they're actually very, very comfortable, so I'm super excited about that. Now the first thing, we're talking about the foundation, so you want to make sure again that it's really smooth, and even though I've taken all of the extra things off like the stickers or any residue, I still want to be sure that they are smooth. So I'm going to just file the bottom. Make sure you do this over your paper towel because it can be messy. So here's what they look like once they've been sanded down. Then I'm going to just take my baby wipe and wipe them off on the bottom. Again, you want something damp but not super wet because this is a pretty quick process and you don't want to have to wait for them to dry. So just wipe them off. You'll see like some of the extra dirt and sand or whatever comes off on the baby wipe. All right, so I just folded my paper towel over so I would have a clean foundation. So this one is like has a little piece kind of sticking out. Just gonna smooth that back down. Now, just take your paint this is what it looks like. And you're going to dip your brush in there, focusing on one side and removing the excess so you don't have any like clumps on your brush. And then you're going to very carefully paint the bottom. You want to make sure that you're not going over the edge. Like, I would rather it be a little messy or look older around the edges than to spill over to the side of the shoe. So just start painting. So initially you can see it does look a little bit more red than the original color, but remember, it's going to dry down, it's going to oxidize, so just trust the process. So you can see I got a little bit up there where it shouldn't be, so just keep your baby wipe nearby and wipe it off immediately so that it doesn't start to dry. Okay, so this is how it looks after one coat. I'm gonna set it aside, let it dry a little bit, and then put on the second coat. While that one's drying, I'll paint my other shoe. Okay, and there you have it. Literally looks as good as new. There's also different sealants and covers and things that you can put on the bottom if you would like to. I never have because, like I said, they're so uncomfortable, so I don't really wear them a lot. But with this pair, I definitely do want to look into adding a sealant because I plan to get some good wear out of these. Okay, I'm just going to finish up the other shoe and then let them dry. So here they are, they're still drying. So I'm gonna lay them out, making sure that no parts of the bottom are touching anything so that they can dry nicely. Now, I don't recommend wearing them the same day that you paint them. They do dry relatively quickly, but also like just give it a minute. Make sure that the paints are settled in and truly dried down so that when you wear them, you're not going to be getting paint everywhere and it's not going to scrape off immediately. So with your paint, just make sure that you put the top back on very well, nice and tight, so that you can reuse it for any other purchases that you make of pre-loved red bottoms. And it also washes out super easily from the brush, so I'm just going to go rinse this out, let that dry as well, and then put it back in the bag for the next time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Of course, I will link therealworld.com, and I will also provide a link to the red paint that I use. It is available on Amazon, and it is at an unbeatable price. I know it's less than $10, so really with the paint, with the file, the wipes, or whatever you use throughout your process, you're not going to be spending over $10 and really over 10 minutes to get your shoes back to that original condition and have them looking nice, red, and shiny. So I'm really excited to get a lot of wear out of these. You're gonna see them on repeat, especially in the spring and summertime. So I know the red's probably gonna get a little bit more worn again. So I'm gonna look into the Soul Savers, but again, it's so easy for me to just restore them myself. So if I needed to go through the restorative process again, I would just do that because I am loving these wedges. So if you are looking for your next designer luxury item on a budget, definitely check out therealworld.com. They have bags, scarves, hats, shoes, pretty much everything that you could ever think of. If you have a specific item in mind, go ahead and type that in, see what comes up. And then also for most of their items, they have a really good return policy. The return process is usually pretty simple. Just make sure that you double check because some of the items are non-returnable or non-refundable. I did purchase a pair of sneakers from them before and the sizing was just way off from what I was expecting, and it was super easy to send them back. And of course, you always have the option to submit your shoes for reconsignment if you're not able to return them. So overall, it's just definitely a really good win-win. You get great designer luxury items for such a reduced price point, and they're items that you can use as investments and keep in your closet for a very long time. Again, thank you all so much for watching my video. I would love to share more content, some tips and tricks to save and budget and finance mixed in with fashion as well, because we love fashion, but also we don't want to break the bank. So definitely subscribe to my channel and I will see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in to your weekly dose of self-improvement. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Affirmations with Amber.